The power is divided people. The people divided must be harder.
Exactly.
That's what the program is all about.
Caller, hello, hello, please.
Yes, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, good afternoon.
I want to know what party Mr. Rahman joined because I think he's a both side cutlass. There is one.
People always say that.
Yes, he's a both side cutlass. He's talking for this party, that party, that party. But they must remember that that same Nagmu that the fellow talking about. He's talking about who went out to get Mexico to buy all the parties in Guyana now. And Mexico is going to buy rice. So Mr. Nagmu did a great job. So you have to congratulate him. He did well.
Okay.
Because
Thank you very much.
ensure that the Venezuela or whatever they took back the Caribbean rice.
Petroleum.
Yeah, the petroleum. They took that back. They withdraw from it.
Yes,
and Mr. Nabutu did well because he going to they're getting a lot of money from that.
Yes,
from the party, and they would be taking white rice.
Okay.
So you know you got to give Jackie it.
Yes.
And you have to tell Mr. Rahman, tell you which party joined. Who is the party?
Okay.
I don't know where
I'll wait for that.
party to next party, South party, yellow party.
Okay.
I know the party, you know.
Okay, I will hear that. Rama, which party you will join? WP? PUP or PNC?
I'm not here to
No.
I'm not here to represent any political party. I'm here.
Which party you will join?
I'm here.
Just a party?
You know, I read your manifesto.
You know,
every
read it,
time.
you
I read
ask
the
a question.
Justice for All manifesto every time on this program. Do I read any other manifesto?
Yes.
No, I'll answer that.
Yes.
Do I read any other manifesto?
I don't know what you regard, what you believe, what you believe in.
And I read
what you believe in.
I read the manifesto of the coalition government. Those two things I read on the program. So let them figure out.
We spoke about the rights.
Let them figure out which party I'm in. I'm in a broad party.
I'm in a
broad church, which you're part of.
I think there's a call there. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, but Brazil is the biggest.
Call you in here, hello?
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
I don't know. Look, I'm trying to be neutral here.
Okay.
But what I'm seeing, I'm hearing this government is calling for cohesion.
Okay.
And I don't see nowhere where there will be any cohesion in this country for now. What I'm seeing, I'm living on the West Bank, yes?
Yes.
I often travel on the Canal number 2 Polar Road.
Yeah, yes.
They drove up that road about 4 months plus. And you know what? They are not doing nothing to that road.
Which road is that? Which road is that?
In there.
Which road is that?
Pardon me?
Which road is that?
I'm telling you about the Canal Road.
Canal Road.
One or two?
The Canal Road.
Number 1 or 2?
Number 2. Number two.
One of the roads.
Is that the one that goes to housing scheme?
4 months now. And that road, it's breaking up the car that's working there.
Canal number 2.
What? Look, things is very expensive in this country. Something happened to those.
I'm going into tomorrow this week. Thursday are going in there.
And they are doing the main road.
Okay.
I don't see that was more important to do. The other thing.
Main road.
The other thing that they are putting on those poles. They're only going to Indian area. They are going to where another race is living. Another thing. They when you look at the workforce, there is one particular race that gets these jobs. Okay. There is one particular. Another thing I would like to stress on what Ramjatan said. I listened to newscast last night.
Yes.
I have relatives who are fishermen.
Okay.
And these men, they don't drink at all. I want to know, is Mr. Ramjatan drunk when he's on?
I don't say that.
No.
I can't put it any more other way because he's saying the fishermen have big house.
Okay.
They have a lot of money.
Yeah, I said that he said.
And they don't want to buy the radio set. Come on.
Okay.
No, but this is a problem from the previous administration.
Who is he speaking so? Guns, a pack of guns?
Okay.
I don't know what happened to Mr. Ramjatan. Mr. Ramjatan is not in his good sense. I think he's a bit sick.
No radio sets were given by the previous administration.
The radio set is good. I'm saying that
I agree. There should be radio set.
And buy the radio set. But the thing is, if Mr. Ramzan, when he's going, if he's coming to Pata, if he's going anywhere, he have a barrier in front of him to protect him. When he's on a dry road, he have a barrier of vehicles traveling to protect him. Those poor fishermen, when they're on that high sea, there is no...
I do understand how you feel about it.
I would like it, Mr. Ramzan.
Yeah, but nothing was done by the previous administration.
At the Atlantic. And only go to a place in Java and work a night here. Then he would know how much rum he will have to drink.
Yeah, but this is not the first time they've been killing.
No, but look at the statement. Look at the statement that Mr. Ramzan is making.
Okay.
You know, we are human beings. We are human beings. We have education too. Not you alone have education.
Okay. Thank you very much.
This social cohesion thing, it wouldn't work with the way this...
Why no? Why it wouldn't work? Why it wouldn't work?
It wouldn't work. I'm telling you, Mr. Sharma, it wouldn't work. Because when you go out of places, it's one set of people you have to reach right away wrong of you. And I can see, I went to the daughter hospital here. I have to get a date to do an ultrasound, which I get the card from my health center here. When I went there 2 times, you know what the nurse told me there? I have to come back. I went there Thursday. You know what she told me again? I have to come back only to get a date. Only to get a date, I have to go back. And she told me to sit on the bench one time. When I see other people come and she gave them the date. And we was about 4 of us sitting, an Amerindian and 3 Indians sitting on the bench. The only thing we hear about 3/4 hour we sit there is come back Monday. No. Come back Monday, the nurse is not there. Why did you give those 3 ladies who came at your desk and you give them a date?
Yeah.
And what happened to us?
This
how
problem is...
How would you feel, sir, if you were in my position or those other people's position? So I am telling you, and I am telling you that there is no cohesion. There wouldn't be, because
Thank you very much.
What the people are doing, what the people who is in position, what they are doing to the poor and ordinary people, it is not nice. It is not good in the eyes of the people, and you know.
But so who you going to support? Who you going to support with this and his elect? Who you going to support in the election? Local government election?
I don't even know if I will go to vote.
Yeah.
But I think if I do go, not APNU again, because you know what? We are going down the train. Look, let me tell you, I went to the hospital, my clinic, Thursday. I get one, when I normally get 2 kinds of medication. I didn't get the other one. I always get prescription to go and buy. I went to the 3 Medicare in Georgetown. Yeah. There was none for stop it. I went to 2 more other pharmacies. Yeah. No medication. I have to take the bottle. I live in the West. Take the bottle, come over. I get it at one pharmacy here. And the pharmacy, I have to pay
thank you very much
for my medication.
Thank you very much.
I have to pay double the price. It's like in Bonanta when I have
Mr. your view on this whole matter.
Medication.
What did I say? The complement race problem? Race.
It depends.
I am saying this thing is going down.
If the drug is scarce.
I am taught this morning. I tell my daughter, we are going back. Look how the medication. Look how much problem I have to get.
I do understand that.
What is really going on?
It has been going on for a long time.
Is it an ordinary drug or a special drug?
Present government, they are looking.
Madam, is it a special?
They are looking at what the past government did, and they are only concentrating on what that government.
Thank you very much.
No, ask her. It depends on the drug.
Yeah.
Every now and then they run out of very scarce drugs. I have a friend in Trinidad. I have a wife in Trinidad. They've got a lot of money, we assume, and every now and then they run out of certain drugs, which are expensive.
And in demand.
It depends.
Drugs in demand.
Sometimes the pharmacies underestimate the demand by the doctors. There's no scientific way to know what's happening for certain drugs.
But she moved from the fishing situation to Georgetown Hospital and the lack
of... She's an angry person.
She's angry. I could understand where she's coming from. But this thing didn't start from the present administration. Fishing, as Mark Benshaw pointed out, the previous administration did nothing about the piracy. They didn't. I agree. We need to have radios where they can call immediately, and the captain perhaps to be given a gun. Not everybody, you know. And the captain maybe.
That is shotgun, not pistol. Shotgun.
Well, whatever it is
I said a shotgun.
But not, we don't
I don't know,
we want to arm everybody on the boat.
My manifest said that.
You know?
Shotgun.
But definitely.
It comes back to the point that Mr. Green raised earlier when the guy called about having these planes and so on. If we have more, because Guyana is a big place.
Yeah, a plane could stand by.
We need to have that type of.
Yeah, so in emergency,
yes, to be
they
able
can move
to fly over
to deal with it, yeah.
on a regular basis, so that these pirates know that the people are given this type of protection.
Yes.
If they know that you have this kind of deterrent, that somebody's watching, they'll be more careful.
It's just like the thief who robbed the lady who was here.
Exactly.
He knew that he could get away with it.
Yes, exactly. So we have to have deterrence. Now the issue, Mrs. Sharma, that she raised about social cohesion.
Yes.
Look, we are not going to have social cohesion, she's right, if we have racial conflicts and antagonism. And there are people who are fueling this division in the country. And we need to be able to stop this issue about race. We can't survive any government in this country because Guyana is a multiracial society. And we have to learn to live with each other and begin to see issues and not race.
Yes.
So when we vote for a political party or a group or an organization, we must vote for it because it's had very
Don't vote race, vote for the people.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Justice for All manifesto is very clear.
Say that.
It talks about free education.
Yeah, free education.
Good. So what we need to discuss, how you can get free education. We can't get free education if we think that the economy is not functioning well. We want free health care. All those things, by the way, Mr. Sharma, that is in your manifesto, the Justice for All Party, is in the Constitution.
Yes.
Yeah. And she complained about the Churchill Hospital.
It's in our Constitution. So what we have to be able to do is to begin to change the mindset of our people, and it's a difficult thing to do.
Now, I have a friend who went into the hospital this week. On Tuesday, he had an operation. He had to come out Tuesday afternoon because they didn't have enough beds in the Churchill Hospital.
Have the what?
Enough beds. He had a hernia operation for hernia. Beds. The surgical department, you know, they had so many people competing for the.
So they don't have enough beds in the hospital?
Well, what do you do? Share a bed with somebody, you know. So he went home and he's recovering. But hernia is not, it can be handled once it's done properly, you know, and you can recover at home. But he had to leave.
There's a whole set of issues.
I am not here to defend anybody.
Yes.
I can share my experiences.
Yes.
About 2+ months ago, I had a family member who had to be treated in the male surgical department.
Yes.
When I got there for the first day, there were 6 beds in that particular room. There were only 2 occupants. After 3 days, all the beds were full. It therefore depends on the situation.
Yeah, the situation.
You have an accident out there. You have somebody who feels they can do the emergency now. Have the doctors who tailor the operations for a particular time. It happens.
It happens.
And remember, it's a public hospital.
Yes.
And I don't know any part of the world where a public hospital can cater for everybody all the time.
That's true.
And I've heard complaints about the nurses. I've seen them perform very credibly.
But he didn't complain about the nurses.
No,
but it's just that
a lot has to do
the
with
beds. They must have extra beds, though. Somehow, I believe they can have some beds they can fold up and put out, you know. They can have a donation from somebody to provide them with beds.
When you provide extra beds, extra maids, extra nurses, extra doctors. Is that a simple thing like that? You know?
We need to tackle, Mr. Sharma, the issue about care, health care, how people can begin to start to eat well, do exercise, sleep well, you know,
They
have
do that
less
every
stress
day
and
in the radio.
all that kind of thing.
I hear advice of
Yes,
what to eat and what to
yes,
do.
people, we have a lot of doctors, these herbalists and so on, who talk a lot about health and how to take care of yourself.
Yeah.
People need to prevent getting ill. You don't have to get ill. There's nothing that
But
is
on their
saying
cell
that you need to get
phones,
ill.
their smartphones, they can just go to YouTube, gives advice
Yes,
all the
yes,
time.
I send you stuff on all that, yes. But they have to live a
Colin,
healthy
let me
life.
get some Colin. Colin, hello?
You don't
Good
walk.
afternoon.
Good afternoon,
Remember
yes.
I'm telling you?
I listened to your program.
Yes.
Very interested.
Yes.
What happened to the lady who was on the program just like she is a bit mentally sick.
Yes.
Why you say
She
that?
have a lot of problems.
Okay.
Because she's talking different things.
Okay.
Anyway, concerning this NIS, if you are a person that's working, you have 28 days sick leave.
Yes.
Now you're going to the doctor. The doctor is saying that he cannot give you any sick leave because the NIS is going to lock them up. So I want to know if you doesn't have all the 28 days, why they cannot give our sick leave? They take back the 28 days that we supposed to do for.
Employer will grant you that leave is another matter.
Yeah.
Whether you're entitled on the NIS
Okay.
is another matter.
Exactly.
That's how I understand it.
Colin, hello?
So that has been explained.
Hello?
The story has three sides,
Yeah.
you know.
Colin, hello?
Yes, good afternoon, Mr.
Good
Chairman.
afternoon, good afternoon.
I'm concerning that woman that speak about the government.
Yes.
This government came into power. Everybody want the government to take them to the hospital. They want the government to find the money for the medical. They want the government to put money in their hands. There are lazy set of people. She's an elder woman and she's supposed to know better. The government cannot do everything. They never used to have this attention. She came complaining of everything she complains about.
Yeah.
What is her problem?
Well, you
If you
know,
don't want to vote, don't vote.
Okay.
Once you don't have to say who you're going to vote for, who you're not voting for, the government cannot bring food and give you. You have to go and look. They say, seek and you shall find.
Okay.
Knock the door going to open to you. But they don't want to do nothing. They just want you to take this food and put it in their hands, get the money and carry it and hand them, say, well, look, you go and buy food, or go and pay for the doctor, or go and have this and that. That is not the right thing.
Okay.
she's
The
depressed.
government meet a lot of expense and they got to deal with it.
We have to sympathize with her.
The
She's
callers,
depressed.
but what the caller should also
Yes?
say is that this government is like an old house that was being disfigured for 23 years. You
Yes.
can't repair it overnight.
They can't repair overnight. They have to give the government some chance.
Exactly.
The president said that. Give me some chance. We have a lot of debts to cover. We can't believe that it's what okay, but we cannot fill all the baskets.
But what is also important for people to know, this government has been very kind, decent, and democratic.
Yes.
And a lot of people that are in the system are sabotaging the system. In the old American system, they had what they call the chain system. Once the government changes, all the senior officers resigned and
removed,
offered their resignation.
Yes,
That didn't happen here.
yes, that's right.
So we have
Everybody
the,
just complaining,
Yeah.
just complaining.
We have an institutional
That time the drugs
problem.
used to pass, so they used to spend while.
Okay.
The drugs is not there. Everybody, a lot of things used to pass. You go every morning, you wake up, you go on the road, you find 3-4 persons died.
Okay.
Now you get that ease up, and they still want to go back with the lawlessness on the road.
Okay.
Stop this nonsense, and they must want work.
I
Read
gave
your
some,
Bible,
Thank
I
you.
gave some,
and wait on the government.
I gave some figures the other day, where when the PP government was in office, the increase of police deaths was 1,000%. 1,000% as against the previous administration. I gave
Thank
the
you, Mr.
information.
Sharma.
Thank you.
1,000% increase of police deaths.
Yes.
I gave the information. I did an analysis. 1,000% increase.
Road deaths.
Okay. Minister, some of you
Police
on
deaths.
this matter.
Police deaths.
Yes.
Is the matter.
I have
What's our
information.
Well, I don't know the matters that being raised, so I just came so a person could call in and
Okay.
ask questions.
Call it here. Hello? Yes. Thank you. What is our view?
Well, I see also the complaints by
Call it, you need help,
City
please.
Market.
Hello?
Black man are hungry.
He like he hungry.
That's the same private call.
Yes, he hungry. He hungry
Shouldn't
right
answer the
now.
private call.
Call it, hello?
But good, yes.
Yeah, it's ain't good, man. You think you're good? Hello? Hello?
Good afternoon, Mr.
Good afternoon.
Hello?
Yes, I'm listening to you.
Yes, good afternoon.
Yes.
Good afternoon.
The Luzignan Primary School.
Yes.
Anytime the rainfall, it's always flooding. The toilet situation is very bad. No water to wash hands, and all the gutters and the drain, the septic tank overflowing. I don't know if...
Rain no fall, man? How you expect it? Rain no must fall? You can't expect that. They're done right away.
Yeah, but soon as the rain fall a little bit, it's flooding.
Man, rain the long years this do happen all the
People
years.
in Ramsville complaining for the same
Every
thing.
sick
too.
company the same thing.
Yeah, but I don't know if you can look into it.
I will.
You guys are a lot of small children,
Okay,
and
I will.
and they need a school.
What
Yeah.
about the
It's full of
local
garbage.
government
Okay.
people?
What the government
thank
has, the government
Thank you,
met,
Mick, to it.
no, the
This is
government
good
meant two
music, huh?
things. The majority of schools were in a
Listen.
state of disrepair.
Yeah.
And they start a program based on the amount of money available and the contractors they can find. Secondly, one has to look at the rhythm of work for each year. Right now, they're doing a lot of schools. I passed through St. Stephen's School, and that school is being repaired. I don't think the government, unless Jaipal tells us differently,
Yes.
can repair all the schools simultaneously. You have two problems. You run out of materials, and you may not find quality contractors who can perform.
Call you in the hello?
Very important.
Hello? Hello? Call you in the hello?
You
Hello?
still have that
Hello?
luxury fund
Yes.
in High Street where the radio station was.
Mr. Sharma,
Yeah, go ahead, please.
I have one issue.
Yes.
The road
Yeah.
in Cummings Lodge,
Yes.
very, very bad.
Okay.
I don't know if you can address that for me, please.
Yeah, thank you.
Cummings Lodge,
We gotta address it.
Ugani Park, Cummings Lodge.
Which one?
Green, Mr. Green?
Which road?
Ugani Park, Cummings Lodge.
The road off the public road?
Not the road inside.
No, in Ugani Park. The road in Ugani Park is about 3,000 feet in length.
Ugani Park.
Well, there's several roads there that have been left there for decades, it seemed to me like.
Okay.
Because you can hardly go on some of these roads.
Have you
that
raised it with the
talking
local
about-
authority?
Yeah.
Yeah, the matter has been raised in local authority, and I don't know why they haven't done anything about it. I've been there a few times to that same area,
Well, you
and the
see,
roads are horrible.
They
They're
want it
going
to reflect on the central
worse than
government.
going into a Baghdad, Mr. Sharma. This-
Call you in the hello?
Good afternoon,
Yeah, good afternoon.
Be on the panel.
Yes.
I am calling concerning Mr. Torin Durga.
Okay.
I'm a farmer from West Coast,
Yes.
and he owed me close to $5 million.
How you heard that money? How you heard that
West Coast
money?
but Beast, they were aware.
West Coast, Demerara.
What's your name?
My name is Chetram Surspal,
Okay.
Chetram,
and I know Mr. Rahman is one of his partners.
Partners.
No, don't, sir. Don't include me in what Mr. Durga or other people have. I'm not a partner of Mr. Durga. I know
Okay,
Mr. Durga. I campaigned with him the last election, and that's all I know. I don't know his business.
It's like
Don't
Waterloo-
involve me.
Waterloo Park, then.
No.
But about the
Just like
Newcastle?
you, Mr. Sharma. I know you well. I
No,
campaigned
let the
with
caller
you.
finish.
Anyway, let him finish.
Lots of meeting I went there, and
Yes.
you was with him.
Yeah.
And you knows me. I know you too.
Yeah, but that's a
There's
private
private-
matter.
Where's Joseph the
between-
rice mill man?
Yeah, it's a private matter. He
Does
sells
Aliki?
his he
Aliki?
sells Alisi, yes. He sells his paddy to Mr.
Yeah, yes.
Mr. Durga, who runs the business.
Okay.
I am not part of Mr. Durga's business, so why is he including me in that?
Japa, what
that's
is
a
your
private
minutes?
matter.
What is your baby?
No, I'm here to answer questions, I'm not here to chit chat and so I'm here to answer.
It's a private matter.
The
It's a-
questions,
it's a
the
private
bicycle
matter.
program.
So the man told him.
Yeah.
They don't have a concern for the government to address.
Yeah.
They have a
Minister,
concern for our
the
panel
people,
to-
the people
Well,
call
we
you
can
on.
take the last
The
question,
people
yeah.
call
Call
you
you,
on your
hello,
phone.
caller. You any hello?
What?
Yes.
The country going good now.
Uh,
You see?
Hello?
Sarcastic.
Hello? Hello?
You know?
Yes,
Hello?
good afternoon, Mr. Sharma.
Yes?
I'm a truck driver, right? And on the East Bank Public Road, there's some repairing going on. And I don't know when these contractors or workers patching this road. To me, like they're making it worse. It's full of wave and bump and hole, like scrubbing board.
Okay.
So
That's
I don't
right.
know how they're patching the road like that.
Well, once you're repairing a highway such as this Bank Road, you will have periods of discomfort for two reasons. I think they're still using loam as the base, and once that happens, particularly with intermittent rainfall, you're going to have uneven settlement. This contractors should use what they call the sheep feet to ram it down. I don't know if they're doing that, but I expect that Ministry of Infrastructure will ensure that they do that. But they must have days of inconvenience.
Yo,
Yes.
the girl got find all them right farmer money.
We have to go. But there was a complaint about a kitty market. They said it's being rehabilitated, and the vendors are still paying for the stalls that they're not using. So there was a complaint, and it's supposed to be finished for independence, but it seems unlikely.
Kitty market.
Kitty market.
You see, in terms that people attacking this for plenty
But
attacking.
they're doing that
Yes,
now.
yes.
Exactly. They're
We gotta get the police, get arrested.
No, what you need
We
to
have
do,
to take down the
Mr. Sharma,
numbers.
what he
Yeah.
did the last time when you were not here,
Yeah.
he didn't allow anybody, he took all their names and
Yeah.
their telephone numbers. And the private calls, he didn't allow
Ignore
them.
those, ignore
So if
those.
you ignore the private calls, you will censor it, and you take
You have
telephone
a
numbers
number to
of
address.
each person who calls.
Yes.
So if they're saying things that are libelous,
Yeah.
then you know who's done so.
Okay.
So in that way, you prevent them from this kind
We're
of
going to do it from now on.
this kind of comic
Yeah,
behavior
yes,
going on.
yes.
So you look at the number. If it's private, you don't take it.
Okay? So I'm just here to address
Okay.
concerns that people may have.
Okay.
Misconceptions that they may have with
Okay.
government activities. And so far, there's no issues. Look, Parliament concluded 11:30 last evening. I'm here. And so something in Parliament must have offended you or you don't understand, you could ask me a question. There's a number of issues in the weeklies, the daily papers.
Yeah.
The week past, you could ask me anything.
You didn't have any
Apparently,
blackouts.
there isn't any problem, So I'm happy that
Okay.
there's no problem.
Thank you,
for
closing
the
remarks.
ministers to address.
No, well, as I said, we're into the rainy season now, and fortunately, most of the rain falls at night, and I think that is good for us. Blackouts, we just got we just got a new guy from Jamaica. I hope he gets on top of it so that we can deal with the problem. Get to the,
I had
the
a
root
power
of the
fit
problem.
since yesterday around 6 o'clock.
Yeah.
Up until now.
Yeah.
John Samaji went to work all the time. Mr. Green, what is time you're coming?
Well, I wish all mothers
Yeah.
a happy Mother's Day tomorrow, and hope that their sons, their husbands, their partners will be there to support them, not only tomorrow, but throughout the year and forever. Our women need support. They've been the anchor of our society. And we must remember, we all the product of mothers. May God bless them, and I hope that they have a fantastic
Rahman,
day.
yep, closing remarks.
Shamu, you heard over the last 2 hours people calling in and making complaints and so on. We need to visit some of the areas so we can
Yeah.
see
I will.
only what the
I will.
not only what the problem is, but also what the government has done for things that have been left there for a decade and a half. So that you see both sides of the story, things that needs to be done and things that hasn't been done that they've been left there, so we have a balance.
Okay.
But that's what this program is about.
Okay.
It's justice, fairness and equality. So I'm willing to go with you anytime you want to visit areas. The good side, you see where things were bad, where we have improved it in schools, roads, old people homes and so on. You see where the government has intervened, how the money is spent. It's important, that's the one form of accountability, and Minister Paul has been doing a fantastic job, because I hear what people say about him on the ground.
Yeah.
He's wrong in saying that other ministers are doing what he's doing. I am saying that they should be doing what he's doing, that is, present himself here. They call him on the phone, he answers them politely. They go to his office and he writes letters to them, or he calls up the relevant people. That is what he has a surgery, what we call surgery in England. He has a place where he can go. And I'm saying from this program, all our ministers are elected people. They are accountable to the people. And if he can do it and he can find time to do it, and he's a very busy man because he deals with finance, then all our ministers must do the same thing. I saw at Congress Place, they started a very good thing where they were inviting the public and ministers who were there from the APNU.
Every week.
And
the
people,
PNC.
The PNC. People need to take up that offer. They need to go and see their elected representative and don't complain. Go and see them, tell them what the problem is, and then when they don't resolve it, then call us here.
Yeah, final comment. Final comment. Because you had much time I need.
Yeah, but as I said, I don't comment any preconceived notions and speak about anything. I just come openly and I present myself to the public to address any issues that I could. There's so much thing I could speak about. The program would not permit me. I don't want to start something and can't finish it.
To all of you, thank you for what happened. Happy Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day. All the best.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, good.